that consistent through your x-axis. Okay, so continuing on step 3, we've done even intervals for our x-axis. Now we're going to take a look at what we should count by for our y-axis. So on our y-axis, we've got science grade. Now, we're going to be graphing two sets of data. Data for Drake's science grades and data for Jay-Z's science grades. So when you're looking at setting up your intervals for your y-axis, again, you want to look at your lowest number between both subjects and our highest number. So if you take a look, our lowest number is 72, our highest number is 93. So you want to start to kind of look at your graph and think what you're going to count by. So take a look at your y-axis. And as you're looking at your y-axis, you want to look at the number of boxes that you have, and you want to think about what you should count by. Again, our lowest number, 72, highest is 93. So I'm actually going to do something so that I can count by twos and fit everything on my y-axis. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a break in the line. Now, when I create a break in the line, all I'm doing is just saying that I'm skipping a set of numbers here, okay? I'm going to skip my set of numbers from 0 up to 72 because I don't have any data before 72. So all I've done is I put a break in my line, and that's just saying that I'm skipping numbers from 0 to 72, and I'm going to start at 72. I've decided that I'm going to count by twos, so if you skip a line, here's 72, I'm going to skip a line and then jump up to 74. Skip a line, 76. Skip a line, 78. Skip a line, 80. Skip a line, 82. Skip a line, 84. Skip a line, 86. Skip a line, 88. Skip a line, 90. Skip a line, 92. Skip a line, 94. Skip a line, 96, skip a line, 98. So take a look. Even though our data table shows our highest number being 93, again, you always want to surpass or go past and beyond 93. So I've gone all the way up to 98. So make sure you've got your y-axes labeled. Now that you have your x and your y labeled evenly, step 4, you want to write on your note sheet, is plot your points and connect the line. Now here's the thing. We've got two sets of data. We don't have to make two graphs. We're going to keep the one graph, and we're just going to use different symbols to represent Drake and Jay-Z. You could also use different colors. Since I only have one color, I'm going to use a circle to represent Drake and a triangle to represent Jay-Z. Now, I suggest plotting all points for one person first and connecting the line, and then plotting points for the second person and connect their lines. So let's take a look at Drake first. At 10 minutes, Drake scored a 72. So on my graph, at 10 minutes, Drake scored a 72. So on the line, I'm going to use a circle and plot that point. Next, at 15 minutes, Drake scored a 74. So I find it, 15 minutes, Drake scored a 74. At 20 minutes, he scored a 77. So I find 20 minutes, and he scored a 77. Okay, if you look, that's my 77. So I'm going to plot that. And continue plotting these points. So I'm going to continue to plot them. He scored an 80. At 30 minutes, he scored an 81. At 35 minutes, he scored an 81. At 40 minutes, he scored an 82. At 45 minutes, he scored an 85. At 50 minutes, he scored an 86. At 55 minutes, he scored an 86. And at 60 minutes, he scored an 87. Okay, so those are my points for Drake. Now, after you've plotted your points, you then want to connect them using a ruler. Okay, so I'm going to simply connect my points using my ruler, make it nice and neat. So those are all of my points for Drake. Notice we do not connect from 0 to 10 minutes. We don't have any data for 0 to 10 minutes. We start at 10, so that's misleading. You never connect that line. Now you're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to graph Jay-Z's information. So I'm going to use a triangle to represent Jay-Z, and I'm starting at 10 minutes. Jay-Z got an 84. So I'm going to do the same exact thing, but this time I'm going to use a triangle. So I'm just going to start to plot the points. So at 10 minutes, he got an 84. At 15 minutes, he also got an 84. At 20 minutes, 84. 25 minutes, 85. 30 minutes, 87. 40 minutes, 88. 45 minutes. Whoops. 40 minutes and 89. 45 minutes and 90. 50 minutes and 90. 55 minutes and 91. And 60 minutes and 93. Now I do the same exact thing. I'm connecting my lines. Okay, so now I've got my graph. The last thing we need to do, one of the last things we need to do is step 5, create a key. If you have more than one set of data, which we do, we always want to create a key. So in the top corner, circle is going to be Drake. Triangle is going to be Jay-Z. That's my key. And then lastly, step 6, if you set up your intervals correctly, you want to use at least 75% of the paper, which I did. Take a look. This is about 75% of the paper. So that's how we graph. Please double check, make sure you've got everything filled in, including this side with your notes. Tomorrow we're going to be practicing more graphing skills.